Sizes, I
You
guess.
see? Here is the different sizes.
This is for the big crock pot.
Yes, this is for the big crock pot. You see?
So you put it on top
Oh,
of the
wait,
crock
on
pot.
top, not
Put it on top
on top of the
of the
lid.
crock
Oh,
pot.
won't it
Yes.
fall down? In other words, how
No,
No, he
because
has a hole.
you see, it
the
holds
lid.
on. You see? That's why he has
Or-
this.
Is the rabbi able to show the video, please?
Yeah.
Okay.
See? So this you put on top of the crock pot.
On top of the lid.
Then you put in here rice, or you put in
Kishka.
kishka, whatever you'd like. Cover it 2 hours before the meal.
You can put it on Shabbos.
Oh, this is what we're going to learn about. And this is what we learned about a little bit last week.
And that's a different one.
And this is for a different type of size of also a smaller like crock pot. Zavazach, you see? So it holds on tight. You see the picture?
Yeah, over
So
here.
you see the picture?
Pot.
That's also for a pot. It goes on a pot as well. This was Bench's patent.
Could you put this on top of a pot also? Halachically.
Yeah.
Also
Yeah.
available on Amazon.
Huh?
Available on Amazon.
Available on Amazon, yeah.
So the question is, Chabad doesn't do it. The whole world could do it?
Yes, the whole world could do it.
We're not
But not Chabad.
always going to fun.
Okay, we have Gemara Shabbos and Halachas.
Okay, the halacha. The Alter Rebbe Shulchan Aruch, Chelik Beis.
So why can't Chabad do? Why the Alter Rebbe say no?
That's what we're doing. This is what we're going to learn today. This
Well,
is
and
exactly
everything
what
in
we're
one
going to do
second.
today.
What
Exactly.
are you going to do for a half hour?
Yeah, we already did. We'll do a little bit of Chazorah. I'm not planning to go through the Zalbalumdus we learned last week. We'll skip that, but we'll do a little bit Chazorah and then we'll do a little further. Siman Shin Yud Ches. Siftes. So Siftes is Yud will be Chazorah, and we'll continue in Sif Yud Aleph. Anything which is lach is bishlach habishul.
Lach is moist, right?
Moist, yeah, liquid. Why? Because we have really a stira between two mishnahs. One mishnah that says Kol Shabbat b'chama melifnei Shabbos shernes achama b'Shabbos, which is the mishnah we learned yesterday, right? Which says ein bishlach habishul. There's no second bishul. And then there's another few mishnahs. For example, echad nasan sa'or ve'echad nasan sagadei ve'echad hegizbo arei zachayev mishum avashul. So it's mashma that even though already one person put the pot, the next guy who's mixing the pot is still considered mavashal. So there is bishul achar bishul.
Meat and chicken is dry, or even though if you have chicken with salt.
Why? That's going to be the question. That's going to be the question.
Gemara
Right. As of now, we're considering that dry. So most of the Rishonim, starting with the Rosh, Jibrod Natur, answer that there's a difference if it's a dava lach or dava yavish. A dava yavish, we say ein bishlach habishul. Dava yavish is when the Mishnah said Chol Shabbat b'chama melifnei Shabbos shernes b'chama b'Shabbos. And when we said that there is bishlach habishul, is by a dava lach. Now by dava lach gufa depends, and if it's still hot. So there is no bishul, and if it already got cold, there is. But this is what
level of coldness is considered bishul.
Oh, this is what we're going to learn right now.
A cold schnitzel.
And the cold schnitzel is the thing that we spoke about last week, the Alter B'shita. If it's yavish,
You took it out from the fridge.
It's yogurt.
Even if you take a paper and put on it, the paper doesn't get wet.
right? But if you're going to warm it up, a little bit of
When you warm up, the
A
shuman,
little bit of oil
Yeah,
comes out.
yeah.
Yeah.
oil do come out.
That's what I'm saying about the chicken. It always
so
has
that's the difference between the Shulchan Aruch and the Siddur. Okay, let's learn it inside. Called the balach yesh by bishlach habishul. Everything which is lach, there's bishlach habishul. Dainu tafshel lach shen vashel kvar kol tzorke ben etztana. If it was fully cooked, because if it wasn't fully cooked, we'll talk about it in a second. We're going to say in a second if it's not fully cooked, even if it's loinetztana.
You say?
Yeah.
Wow.
So if it wasn't fully cooked, because the Alter Rebbe's paskins and Siman Shin Yud Ches that if it wasn't fully cooked, not only there's bishul, but there's inyan of a chiyuv gatas. Even though it's a machlokes Rishonim, Alter Rebbe is metzaded lechumre. So back into the siftes. Called avalach ish by bishalach bishalana tafshaliach shen is bashal kol kol tzor keven it's tana. If it was fully cooked and now it got cold, because if it was hot and it was fully cooked, then there's no bishul. But now that it got cold, so liquid that gets cold and you heat it up again, so the warmth went away. Now it's considered cooking all over again. I feel like it's not even if it didn't become ice cold, but you took it from under yad saladis boy to over yad saladis boy, chayiv mishum mevash. That is a chiyuv of mevash.
If you have gravy with meat, that lock with the yavish together.
Yeah. Avalim hu cham kol kach ad shayad saladis boy umarticha yoiser. If it's so hot that there's a yad saladis boy, and he makes some more hot, that's not bishul. If it's in a place where you're not choshesh lechitui, you could put it when we do say chashin and lechita and when we don't say chashin and lechita. Okay, the yeshemrim that they're like putting it directly on the fire. So over there, it's not even if there's no issue of bishul not bishul. There's that issue of you need grufa ktuma because Chazal was scared shem yachata b'kachol you're going to turn around the coals. So the first shita says l'chumra, and in the second shita says l'kula. Yeshem and shafil and it's not lagamri even if it became ice cold. Once it's cooked, you can't cook it again.
It's by lach and yavish.
Yeah, because this shita holds. I don't care lach. I don't care yod. Once it's cooked, it's cooked again.
If you have chicken soup, it's completely cold. You don't drink it. Who will drink it?
Doesn't matter. This shita holds that ein bishlach a bishla across the board. I don't care lach. I don't care yavish. And when the Mishnah said kol sheba b'chama livna Shabbos shenin z'machama b'Shabbos, it means I don't care lach yavish. It's cooked. It's cooked again. Now you just want to get it.
Back in the fire if it's cooked.
Oh, you want it warm. You want to warm it up. Yeshem shafilan etzana lagamri ein bishlach a bishla mut la'ticha b'Shabbos samachleish. And Lamai has to be b'mokim shein lochash lechitu in a place where there's not an issue of shem yechata b'gecholim, which is a separate issue. Turn the page. The minig is that if it's not mamish ice cold, if it's a roy to eat because of the warmth, we spoke about it last week by Richters, what that means. Probably every food is a little different. Depends if it's chicken soup or French fries or lokshen. So if this is the type of food that's already at this point is warm enough that you can eat it, so then we say that ein bishlach or bishul, even if it's lach. Avalim that's not lagamri, but if it's mamish cold, even if the oven, if you already cooked it, we say there's not allowed to eat it until Shabbos or whatever the rules are. Even to put it on the fireplace before the guy chops the wood and warms up the house. It was also that we said that the Mishnah said that echad noisan esaor ve'echad nofshan atavshel ve'echad megis kulam chiyavim. But the Mishnah says fakert if it's echad nofshan as a kedere ve'echad nofshan esaor, the first guy is potter. The Gemara says potter of a lawsuit. If you're going to put a pot, 2 minutes later someone's going to put the fire. It's potter of a lawsuit. Same thing here. Even though the guy is going to put the fire in 2 minutes. So you Devaila did nothing, but if it's something which is shaykh bishul, you're not allowed to do it because anything which has the rule of bishul here, you're not allowed to put it on the top of the fireplace before the guy shows up. Because it's like echad noisim, echad noisim.
And I mean, it's the guy. The guy has no problem.
The guy has no problem, but you. It's like just like any time with cooking. If you know later someone's going to put the fire. If it has a dinner bishul, so then we say it's potter of a loss. This is something that was fully cooked. Anything which is not fully cooked, A feeling is bashal kvar k'maichel ben der soy. Even was already cooked k'maichel ben der soy. Yesh boy mishum bishla fila b'oider reiteach. It does have the din of bishul, even if it's reiteach.
You continue cooking it.
Because you continue cooking it. Page Tovkuf Lamed Beis. Tovkuf Lamed Beis, if you'd. Va'afili is bashal me'elav. Ela sha'oise dove she'mekara b'shula kigoyin she'megise v'kaf. Even all you're doing is you put a spoon and you mixed it around. It's terrible. Then that's a that's that did bishul. We're gonna learn about it at the end of the simon. Sometimes people like to taste a little bit of the chol on Friday night.
And they go and they go.
But the problem is that the thing is not fully cooked, right? Not always, but sometimes it can happen that you have a chol on Friday night.
In the summer, definitely.
It's shaykh that it's not fully cooked, and then
It's a problem.
if you're just putting in and just putting a spoon into this pot is already a chash, because that's considered megis, and that's considered cooking. Now the truth is, his Alter Rebbe doesn't say if it's mamish shayla de rais or de rabbono. But in the footnotes, it sends you to Simon Ereishon and Gimel Sifut Ches. But the Alter Rebbe there says that anything which is not cooked called sorkoi and your mekarev b'shtula is chayiv chatos.
Wow.
Yeah, even though it's a machlokes rishonim, the Alter Rebbe nemt on l'chumra.
You can't put the spoon in the jar.
So therefore, unless it's fully cooked. So once it's fully cooked, so it's already.
You're not machate.
But before it's fully cooked, that's why I was saying Friday night. If someone's going to pick from the chont, so if it's fully cooked, everyone's different. Every house works differently. Some people, when they put up the chont, it's already fully cooked. Okay, it's handish. Some people put up a crock pot and it goes in very slow,
Right.
and until Shabbos morning, it's not fully cooked. So then there's a serious thing of megas. The Alter Rebbe holds in Eishon Gimel that anything that's drop under fully cooked and your mekarev b'shula, even though it's piping hot, that's already that's considered mamish min atoyre bishul b'shabbos. Yeah, the loishna lach loishna yovish. If once it's fully cooked and it's lach, this is where we have a machloikis. If it was lach and it's tanen, if it's cold right now, if we say bishlach or bishl or not, and this is what the Alter Rebbe was machriya, that it depends. If it's ice cold, there's bishlach or bishl, and if it's warm enough that people will eat it machmas kamim musa, there's no bishlach or bishl. Sif Yudalef, tav shel yovish ein beiroitev klal, something very dry, like a kugel. We'll talk about it in a second, but as of now, let's say a kugel. There's no bishul. In this bashal kvar, if it was fully cooked. Even this bashal kvar called circa, and it's done lagamre mutar filu the shroise beklirishon etech. Even allowed to put it in a klirishon etech, kadesh in a moyach sham, and it will melt there via davalach, and it'll turn into davalach. I don't care. This is where we got to last week. The Alter Rebbe says the homachloikis was about lach. Bishlach bishul, but by yavish there's no such thing. If once it's already cooked, called sorkai, even if now it's a little bit, it's gonna melt, doesn't matter. This is without the Rebbe change.
Not straight on the black.
Not straight on the black, because that's a separate problem of Yeshem Yechata Begacholim. That was a different. That was yesterday.
How do you like put?
So that's why you put it on top of a pot that's already there.
Like
On top of that, a pot that's already there, there's no Shem Yechata Begacholim. That was the brilliance of the Bobshie pan that Benzi Chanowitz.
Oh, you can put
invented.
it in here and put on
You
top
put
of
this on top of the pot,
yeah,
or on top of the crock pot, and over there's no Shem Yechata Begacholim. Only if you put it directly on the blech, there's a problem Shem Yechata Begacholim. But if you put it on top of a pot, there isn't Shem Yechata Begacholim. So only Shail is if there's Bishul. Now, according to the simple Din Shulchan Aruch, you only have a problem if you put chicken soup here. But if you put kugel, and you put chicken, and you put schnitzel, and bayah. The Alter Rebbe changed his mind in the Siddur. Let's look at our order, Kuf Yud Gimel.
How can you make the Gecholim cover up the block?
Yeah, but you're not allowed to. But that's the simple din. Chazorah, the din of Chazorah say that it's only for Oida Beyoda and whatever, otherwise it's all part of the Gzeda.
The block and then something on top of it on Shabbos?
No. You can't put it on the block, period.
No, can I put something else on the block, like nothing?
Yeah. That you
on Shabbos, no problem.
Yeah, yeah.
So you took a challah from the fridge. The challah is not frozen, but it's you want it warm. Put it on the block. You're not doing anything.
It's not moist at all? No moist?
No, you could no.
Says you can't put it on the block.
No, you could put it on the blech, not in the place where the fire is.
Right, on the corner, on the corner.
The whole thing.
Hot plate, the hot plate, is a zoy.
It's a spot the hot plate, the heat is all the time the same.
Yeah.
It's not go up, no go down. It's the same thing over here. Well, it means if it's a bishul or not.
Is that the rule? There's no chit at a hot plate?
We said when we learned today Shon Gimel that there's no chiter in a hot plate. It depends.
Especially
the truth
the one
is
that has the button that you close,
right. Unless it has a thing which you could make higher and lower. Let's learn our order Kufyud Gimel. Order Kufyud Gimel. Kenu lekamon sif chav zayin, v'rei lekamon sif yitches, l'nimelech shemachal tav lebracha. B'sidr, hilchas erabsa l'shabbat. The Alter Rebbe said, af b'shem b'shlach b'shl b'dav hayovish, makom ha'kuchaz v'nem chan men tzaz. There's no bishlach bishul, but if a little bit is going to melt, yesh by mishum bishlach bishul. There is bishlach bishul in the lachluchis amochli, in the lachluchis of whatever melts. Imayat zeladus. Lachain tzorich lezor b'ma'oid. Be very, very careful. Shaloi lahochem basar ayoyfus tzluyim amul b'sholim. Im yischamim amoyel animchem mehem at shayat zeladus b'y. Mishum iser skilav kores chaz v'sholom. Alter says it's very serious. Shayat Seledis boy al Zucker, which is Idi Mikledishin, which we're machmer. We all that Idi Mikledishin is Dinuki Kledishin, it's mevashal somewhat. Kimacher Shat Zucker Nimcha Yesh B'Mishum Bishul, because the sugar melts. So now we're dealing with lach. I mentioned last week there's a svara in the Prima Godem where he explains this nakuda. The pilpul in the Prima Godem is not negated, just that one line. He says, what happens when say you have a schnitzel, or you have chicken, or you have kugel, and you have a little bit of schmaltz inside, and then it melts. It doesn't go from being jelly to boiling hot in a second. First, it a little bit melts. First, it was like jelly. Then it melts, and it's liquid. And then the liquid gets hotter and hotter and hotter until it's bubbling. Like when you see a pan of kugel coming straight out of the oven, and the oil is like bubbling from the zaytins. Yeah. Sounds like good.
What's the Russian mefafeh?
Mebabeh, maybe. Babuas. And it's looking so good from the schmaltz. So he says, Poshet. So when the thing is yovish, it's not good. But then the liquid melted, and the liquid is lach, and it's cold. It's cold.
Yeah, you're cooking it.
Then all of a sudden the cold liquid starts boiling. So what are you telling me, yovish? It's not yovish in kaparai. Now it's lach. Really, a little bit goes back to the Gemara we learned yesterday, Tan, and the girl to the Reb Abba. The Gemara says, and the Mishnah says, that kol shabbat b'cham malifnei Shabbos, shortness b'cham b'Shabbos. If it was cooked erev Shabbos, you can cook it again on Shabbos. That's the golden rule. Ein bishalach bishul. The Gemara says, "Kegon tan the girl to the Rebbe Abba." The Gemara says that Reb Abba had like a chicken. You would cook it for 72 hours, and then he would, if someone was sick, would give him a little bottle with this and tell him to put it in the hot water, and 3 teaspoons of this 3 times a day, and 10 days, you're going to be good.
The original chicken soup recipe.
Chicken soup.
Today in the winter, if you have a cold, you drink a chicken soup.
Chicken soup. All the Jews. Jewish penicillin. So the two Taka says that Tanagota de Rebaba was Yovish. It means he cooked it. It was so disgusting. He cooked it for hours and hours and hours.
72 hours.
But he said everything was anymore.
And it was nothing. It was dry. It wasn't like
not
imagine
anymore.
Yes, it was very Yovish. It was Taka Yovish. Then if you're going to put it if you're going to put it, apply heat to it, it doesn't melt. There's nothing to melt. Elamai, from being hard pieces, it's like instead of being beef jerky, it was like chicken jerky lamazag. And then if you're going to take chicken jerky and you're going to put it in the hot water, it's not the pshat that the schmaltz is going to melt. Shanish geblum ke schmaltz. There's no schmaltz. Elamai, it'll get soft. It was hard to eat it like this. Disgusting. Now it will be not so disgusting.
That's a very good diet.
But that's the shaylas how you learn to like all for the Rebbe. And there's other shaylas too, because that's really how you learn the Mishnah and the Gemara. And then at the end of the simon, we'll see how the Poskim learned whatever the story with the Kugel, with the Fanadish. But that's the bottom line. The Alta Mishnah is showing of the Alta Rebbe was that there's Lach and Yovish. Lach is a problem, Bishlach and Bishl. And Yovish ain't no problem. There ain't no Bishlach or Bishl. Oh, that's very good. Chicken, Kugel, all these things are Yovish. A little bit of liquid becomes melted. That doesn't matter. As long as right now it's Yovish, it's Yovish.
What about the gravy of a meat? If you have meat, the gravy goes.
Same idea.
In the Shulchan Aruch, I don't think he would be making at kedei kach. He meant chicken without, mamish gravy, just oifus sluyim. I don't think he mamish meant when there's gravy. Later when he came, like barbecue. But later when he came, so that was what I told Benchi years ago. The Bobshie pan is very good. It's kosher l'mahadrin, min mahadrin.
It's kosher Pesach also.
It's kosher l'pesach also. Elamai, it's not good for the Lubavitchers. Why? Because what are you going to put inside? What are you going to put? What is the Lubavitcher going to put inside? Now that the Alter Rebbe said that anything that's yovish and a little bit is going to melt, even though you don't have any problem, Shem Yechata Begecholim. Kishka, everything has a bissel schmaltz. The only thing that doesn't have a bissel schmaltz.
No, even rice is lachlochi.
Rice depends on the rice. Yeah.
Like,
Only thing that doesn't have lachluch is challah.
If it's kept out of freezer, it's moist.
We spoke about it last week. Shmuel is right. He said, "What happens if you take a challah out of a freezer?" So according to the Alter Rebbe and the Siddur, you'd have to take that challah, put it into a towel, and shake off all the ice, and make sure there's zero ice left on the challah. Then you could put it in a mokum where there's no problem of shem yachata b'gecholim, which is on the blech a little bit to the side, but after this mine's on a high plate. Probably
matzah. Sometimes I take matzah, put it in the oven.
Zabazak.
You give it this warm.
No problem.
Crunchy.
No problem.
Make it crispy.
Right. No problem. No problem.
This is
That's the only thing because it's dry. Anything else besides challah and matzah, kemat everything else has usually a little bit of lachluchis.
Yes.
Baba, I learned that yes, bishul acharafia. There is.
We'll get to that next sif. Bishul acharafia. We'll get to that, but when you're putting a challah on the blech, not mamish on top of the fire, that's not bishul acharafia. That's afia acharafia. Bishul acharafia means if you take the challah and you throw it into a klidishin, that would be bishul acharafia. Then we'll talk about it talking sif yud beis. But when you're putting the challah on the blech, not in a place where the shem yachata begecholim, the challah is already fully baked. I mean, most of the time. Usually, even if you're baking at home.
If you buy challah, they have to pay so. They have to pay so it's half raw.
Okay, a mole. Yes, there is a mole. Even now, they sell a lot of places. They sell for example, you can buy these bagels or baguettes that are only baked 50% or less.
Yeah.
And then you throw it into the oven, and then it comes out geschmack and fresh. And those are very good legavi pas akum. So a shliach that's living in the workshop and his makpid and pas Yisrael. So these breads today that they make that are take only 50% baked. So you throw it in the oven and take it's not fully baked. So take now you baked it. So it's pas Yisrael. Take is such a bread. A Shabbos, you would take not be able to put it on the blech, even in a place that there is no ita begachola, because you're finishing the baking. But me and you are not dealing with that. Melebda in New York, Melebda in the fat of the land.
What is it called in English?
Crouton.
Croutons.
Croutons is
So there's a regular awesome one, the dry. Then it's
croutons
one.
is mamish is a shayla bishul acha bishul really.
Then you have the crouton that has like bread that they toasted.
It's not toasted. They're fried.
It's fried.
It's fried. So it's bishul acha bishul.
Mamish oil, like you.
Them
When
is
you hold it, you feel like oil.
by the time,
Croutons also bishul bishul? Why?
because it's the first time they fry. They deep fry it, and now you're putting it in a soup. It's all liquid. It's
The
liquid.
red one and the small ones.
As far as I know, they're all deep fried. Extra machatos,
But when
but
I
as far as I
take
know,
the ladle, right, take out from the pot, so that's already clearation. Then the plate is klisheni. Now I put the mandalach in the soup. It's already cool like twice.
the shayla is if a ladle is considered already a klisheni and your bowl is a klishlishi. Estama, it's that way. There's a shaklavataria. If the ladle is considered a klisheni and your bowl is a shlishi, but the emes is that lagabi croutons is the smallest shayla because the croutons were nisbashal ones and it's taka yovish.
The only thing is the lachlochit, the herbs, and that's you.
No lachluch is coming out of it.
Yeah, you hold your finger became oily.
That's true.
Not the yellow one, not the yellow one.
I'm talking about the yellow one.
The yellow one, nothing happened. It's really dry.
But the yellow ones are deep fried. You know
It is deep fried. But it dry in such a way that you put it
Right.
nothing
If
happened.
I could eat the soup, is that still considered Yatsaladas boy?
Bederach klal,
When you want in the winter a hot soup, you want it like absolutely.
You have to put it on the stomach of a baby.
has to be
Shake it dry.
takanatzi. They have to be bevada, not
The
yatzal.
matna is-
You will scream.
I know, but we learn about it.
Why would the kachlach not be a cliche?
When I need to make a shower for the baby.
Because the
I
reason,
I put my hand inside. Like this.
we'll get to it. We'll get to
It's
it.
in
Because
the
the reason,
Gemara,
what makes
how to have
what makes a klisheni a klisheni? Because the tefonis are cold. So the liquid that came from the klirishin into klisheni is instead of the tefonis making it keeping the heat and making it cold, but the ladle is going into the klirishin.
It's a plastic ladle. That'll hold the heat off.
I hear. It's a good question. Stam is different.
they have
It'll be the
silicone.
reverse shayla of what I spoke about the other day. If the klisheni is like foam, which is not makara so much, it's like the reverse shayla. Okay. Bottom line, let's wrap up the Bobshie pan. And this is again, like I said last week, Ben Sim Ben Yisrael. I feel so terrible. It's like years ago when Benshi, before he patented it, I said, Benshi, I'm going to give a special shir about it. And Mitzvah Hashem. Over the years, Benshi always asked, no, when are we getting the shir? So I always told him, Hab Gadul, don't worry, we're going to get to it one day. You see, for short. I feel
Also, your share wouldn't work for him.
I told him in the beginning it doesn't work. I said for the Lubavitches it doesn't work.
He's
Oh,
not
to
distributed.
Lubavitches kula de Almahu.
How come we don't have us coming from wherever or something? It would have sold better.
From which level?
Right.
He
About,
went to a few Rabbonim and they all said it's good.
yeah, but if they would give a
I think he
plump-
did.
Over here, there's nothing.
Stores, you never started?
He did, and I remember in many the stores in the Hamish store they had it. It was there for a few months. Yeah, all the stores I remember. Pearl store had it. I remember in Crown Heights, the Empire store had it.
Very good idea.
What happened?
Ich weiß nicht, was. It did not catch on. Hakol Toli Mazel. Don't know why. Didn't catch on. Could
When
be.
he showed it to me, I thought he was going to use it for people that are going to leave stuff from before Shabbos.
What?
When he
What'd
showed
you
it to me, I thought he was just adding more space to the crack spot. Meaning, if you have a lot of guests coming, you have more space to put stuff. I never thought he'd to put it Shabbos morning.
Right. So you think people didn't chap when they saw it hanging on the rack what it is?
Right. I thought it was
It
a
could
trend, like you could put stuff in from before Shabbos, not to put something on Shabbos.
Right. Could be people didn't shop. People are doing shopping pretty quickly. So here there's a shtickle of purple. Oh, you want to tell the Rebbitzin that here is a kunz. Besides, if it's a Lubavitcher, it's taka, it's a beautiful thing. You want to give warm kugel, you want to have warm chicken, whatever you want. You can sign. If you just put it 2 hours before the meal, you can have delicious piping hot chicken, fleisch, like all these things that are very good. So could be that's true what you said. Could be people are walking past and what it is. Friday, what I needed.
It looked like a regular Friday.
Yeah,
Like
it
a
could very well
dish.
be. I have to tell you one more nakuda.
Has to be advertised the right
Do
way.
you know why it's called a Bobshie pan?
Right.
Yeah, I know.
Why?
His wife's name, Bobshie.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His wife came up with the idea.
No, it was his idea, but he named it for his wife. Bensi was a very, very good husband. He was a very, very good person.
Could they in other words, the marketing tool has to be done to get the.
It had to be better marketing.
Could they redo it?
And maybe Bobshie wants to redo it now. I don't know.
Had to be better marketing. That's it.
Yeah, it could be it was
And a
busted in the
plumper.
marketing. Yeah, could be it was missing in the marketing. That people going by the.
What about they make not disposable, but you make a real one like this?
I'll tell you what I think another problem was with this, Pam. I think there was another problem. The markup was, I think at this pan at that time was $4.99.
Use it again.
I know you can use it
You have
again.
to toivel it? You have to toivel
No,
it?
no. He made it. You shouldn't have to toivel it. He went through the trouble of making sure that you don't have to toivel it, or alternate. Yeah, I think so. I don't remember. Why not to toivel it? Because no one's gonna buy it if you have to toivel it.
If the owner is Jewish,
No, so who's what's that?
Oh, how does he do that? You shouldn't have to toivel it.
Yeah.
So he went with. I mean, there's Hamisha companies that are doing huge runs in China, and supposedly they own the company. They're making it in a way that they own the company.
Who's they?
The Jews.
Yeah, okay.
So it's only a keli which is nilkach menago. You have to be toivel. But the keli and nilkach
They buy the
does not have to be toivel.
for one wall in between middlemen.
All Jewish.
No, the whole chain till it comes to you.
It's all Jewish. It's made there.
Yeah.
It like these pants.
always all the Jews.
It's all Jews. There's no one and no goy. There's no goy in between. There's no going. There's zero goyim in between.
that's how you make it. You don't.
It was made in that factory. It was sent to New York to Ben Sikhanowitz. He sent it to Yiddish distributor that brought it to all the Jewish stores. It was not sold in any non-Jewish stores.
All the aluminum pens don't have to be toilet. Everything.
Right. To go today in all the Jewish stores, they have a sticker. Huh?
Even
they have a sticker.
Even the electric water heater, some of them it says that you don't need to toilet.
Look today, go into the Jewish stores, and they'll have a sticker with a hechsher saying "Ein tzarich tvila," because they go to the factory and I'm not involved in anything, so I don't know how they do it.
No.
But the idea is that they buy the entire factory from the goy, and then it's shipped directly to the Yid, and the Yid distributor, and the Yiddish store, and there's no goyim involved. The only goyim are those people that are getting $1 a week and a bowl of rice.
No, the little kids are working.
Huh?
Little kids are working.
And the little
They have
kids
small
that are
hands.
working, the little hands that are not even getting paid $1 a week.
If you were to be able to make it for $1.
That's what I think the problem is.
Now it's cheaper. Aluminum pens are cheaper and cheaper.
I know, because the aluminum pans,
It's cheaper than asking the guy to clean it.
right, you get today, even today, prices are up before Pesach. I think we were buying a case of the cookie sheet pans for, I think it was 100 pieces
9 by 30.
for $50. So it's a lot, or maybe less.
It's
Less.
than a
Was
dollar,
it
yeah.
like 30-40 cents a piece? The cookie
The big
sheet
one,
pans.
9 by
And
13.
the 9 by 13, you can still get them $25. That's 25 cents a piece. So a person looks at this.
Out of the budget.
Yeah, a 9 by 13 I get for 20 to 25 cents. A cookie sheet pan, when I get it on sale, is 30 to 40 cents.
They're complaining about.
And now you're giving me this for $4.99. Ich darf nicht dein
What
Teufels.
about making a real?
They're complaining about the price of a bottle of water.
I don't know.
I charge $1.90 and they buy. They're crying.
His idea was you put it on top of the crock pot,
When's the water?
and on Shabbos, 2 hours before the meal,
Water.
the woman could put
Yeah,
in here
no,
chicken or kugel, and then sit there for 2 hours, and then it'll be nice and hot for the meal.
Somebody wants to light me up.
Yeah.
This is what they say.
Crock pot or regular pot.
I already had some problems.
That's why I
5
had-
o'clock today.
So it,
I'm
it
in a
has,
rush.
Yeah,
It's
so
only
it's
7
good.
minutes.
and you could
And
put
then they
one on
stood
top
there
of
for
the other.
25 minutes.
Okay, but that's
Yeah.
heat back and test for them.
Yeah, that's
Is that?
I don't know.
To chill out,
This
to
is-
chill out from the fridge, yeah.
Okay,
Pull out.
let's go weiter.
Heat usually rise.
Yeah, but I don't know if this holds heat so well. So from the crock pot to here, it is sarang good.
It's a
Second one.
childproof.
It's pretty much childproof, yeah, because look, it's sitting here. It's not. I mean, unless you mamish, toss
The
them.
kid will go and knock
Yeah.
it down. Usually it's on top on the.
Yeah,
sink.
usually it's on top on a
If you
counter.
crack this, you'll do the crack pot also.
Yeah,
It's
exactly. Okay, weiters if you dollar bimud of yovish learn the mashal of Shabbos. Anything which is yovish that was never cooked, ain't sharing this with Shabbos. But come, you're not allowed to soak it in that water. Shayat seladas by feel in him chasham klal even if it's not in him. Short of a klidishin, if he was put it in a klidishin side, if it's mavashal, or be klisheni, if it wasn't a klisheni. So as I showed, because yesterday we were going to learn the toises, we can get to it. There's two shotim and toises. The problem is that Rabbeinu Tam holds that inim klidishin is mavashal. So the question is, the Mishnah said, "Medich kol shaba medichin oiseh b'cham b'shamas." So why medichin? Klidishin is bishul, and inim klidishin is bishul. So put in a klisheni. Why couldn't you put in a klisheni? The holidays klisheni is not mavashal. So there's two pshatim and toisvis. Number one is a klisheni also l'shrois of liberty safe. Neshanirik mavashal. It looks like it's mavashal. Right in the demel atvolim shemuta litlim klisheni k'moshi is bar that spices you're allowed to put in a klisheni. Salt is different. We're talking next week. Nesha tvolim also lamatik akadeda because the tvolim like sugar or pepper or garlic powder, onion powder, that's only there lamatik agdeda. Vein need a kmavashal. Chen called of it also in tam begdeda could go in shuma bots let it could volume. Everything which is only there to give a tam in the gdeda, even if it's not from the spice cabinet, it's from the refrigerator. It's like shuma botzel, onion or garlic. It's considered volume or mutalit in the klisheni after shiat sleds. A lot of put in the klisheni. Yesh mishum istapik bebotzel shemu mizbashal. There are those that say that an onion is from the Kali Abishul, that they get like we'll take in a second, some things get in this bashul in a second. Anyway, the oilam is makel. Yesh matirim b'chol davar yavish. Shalom is bashal. The shroisa b'klisheni shiat seledesboy. There are those that makel. They say any davar yavish, you're allowed to put it in a klisheni. Yesh lahachma b'zakasvar rishayna. That we should be machmer and say, like the other svar and toisvis, that if you put something that was never cooked before in a klidishin, that's chayiv, and a klisheni it's also potter of also because it's needed kamavasha besides spices. Offer with the soif.
What is the Nikolai's burger from
There's very few things today that are really that are not cooked before. What was not cooked before? That everything is processed. You're making a coffee in Shabbos, right? Or you're putting tavlin in. Everything has been cooked already. What's not cooked? What is not being cooked?
Salt and black
Was it right? So spices not cooked. Besides spices,
Which spices are not cooked?
black pepper.
peppers.
salt.
Pepper's not cooked. Most spices are not cooked. It's dried out. It's not cooked.
It's not cooked.
Pepper.
Pepper.
It's peppercorns that are ground up.
They're only ground up. They're not cooked.
No.
You might be right. You might be right. Peppercorn. You're right. Peppercorn. No, what's not?
How
How about a raw piece of meat or a raw piece of chicken?
Yeah,
all the
that's
spices
what we're talking about. Yeah,
all the spices. None of the spices are cooked.
Fruits and vegetables.
Cloves are not cooked.
Okay.
See, anything that's being bought in a package.
Yeah. Okay. Weiter. Aber mutter leres mit klisheni sheyatze ledesbei. I'll call the vayovish aloin is bashal. You're allowed to do iru miklisheni. No problem. Chutz. There's a yotzem in a klal.
Tuna.
Min dog shekorin kulyes is sponis, which Rashi says is called tunina. But Rashi, but the Alter Rebbe brings it says min dog tanim. The current kulyes shepsar arach beyotzem adichin oisim b'mayim chaim. They can imlochem chaim b'labish.
Maybe sardines.
Maybe it's sardines. Yeah. Chutz min dog shene kulyes is sponin. Umalich yoshon deine basar. Oy, dog maluach shel shana she'avrish, eilen tzrichim bishul lamat. V'ir zeh gemar meleches b'shulon, and this Iru is going to make gemar meleches. So even though it's Iru mikli rishoin, it's chayiv mishum avash. Aval muter l'shrois l'adich ma'im tzonim yalare. So there is kali abishul. There's things that usually.
What would be the problem?
What would be the problem? I'll explain in a second. The ma'im tzonim. That's a very good, important thing. But before we get to the tzonim, so usually besides the kali abishul, we say the rule of thumb is that if it was not cooked yet, it was never cooked. The kli rishon is a chiyuv. Chayiv chatas if it did. Kli sheni, it's poter avalosim. Irimikli sheni, no problem. Besides these few things that are kali bishul, irimikli. But what happens if it's a bikli shlishi? So it's not mefurish in Shulchan Aruch.
Doesn't say nothing about it.
Doesn't say. So Moshe, yes, had a song. There ain't no bishul and a kli shlishi. You try for all eternity. There ain't no bishul and a kli shlishi. Well, a kli rishon and a kli sheni, well, them's a different case, you see. Huh? Do you kids like to hear a Midas machine? So all the songs, Midas machine is from Moshe, yes.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, he's a very sweet voice. Very, very nice. Very, very special guy. He's a Baal Tshuva. And I remember on a Friday night that I don't know why, a whole bunch of Bochum went over to his house. I don't remember what it was. Montreal. He lived in Montreal.
Yeah.
But he was so excited. He was singing the song, and he was telling stories about he had only one. He was a one pony show. He had one song. It really was a true hit, which Zadie made us laugh. And he ran around. Shluchim hired him. He did an unbelievable job with that. He was just one song. The rest was, huh?
Theirs was trying to bank on the first.
Yeah. It was like one pony show.
Huh?
One hit wonder.
Yeah. But that was a really good song. So I remember he's saying, well, Rabbi Bell just told me that it's not so simple that there ain't no bishul and a kli shlishi. So I don't remember what Rabbi Bell told him or didn't tell him. But the emes is that I do remember when we learned the sugya in Koilo that Rabbi Heller had a big. I don't remember all the tzdodim, but I remember the two tzdodim were that Mitzad Echad was saying that a drop of heat will make visuals, so maybe even a klishlishi. He said even eating miklisheni on these things will make visual. How about if it's a klishlishi?
It'll be a klishlishi. I'll never would say it. It'll be a bigger chiddush.
Yeah, so right. It's more noita lekula. It's more noita lekula. What would be nafkamina?
What was the issue? Was it else bishul or was it else?
Oh, when we had them with the question, that was bited. It was the
only bar. Wasn't bishul.
Yeah, the bited. Shkocha Pratzis, you bring them the closing look at today. It's your
time.
That's what I'm referring.
Yeah.
Same 30.
The same way he passed away as a rebbe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The rebbe was younger.
Wow. Kein kol davar kosh. I'll get the second to explain the Maim Tzayin. Kein kol davar kosh shalen is mash general lachila kimal yedei shriya oya docha b'chamim. Im shora is afilu b'klisheni oydich afilu b'idem b'klisheni v'nasa ro chayv mishum avashal. Even if something that just idem b'klisheni is going to make him roi lachila.
What could that be?
Tradition soup.
Huh?
Tradition soup. You know the kids.
Yeah.
The tradition soup.
Oh, but you have to add the water, no?
Yeah, oat milk could be a separate problem.
Oh,
you got to talk about oat milk in a separate shear. Oat milk and the chaychav is not a problem from Losh.
I call it the poison soup.
Oh, so tradition soup, you're allowed.
Poison soup or the soup that's
You're allowed to
doesn't matter what the halts of poisons in it. Comes the summer and there's a big pallet.
You should see
when you go out of any from store, there's pallets of it.
Yeah.
And I went shopping with the kids yesterday. I was lucky. I only bought 2 boxes of them,
Two
not
of the
2
trays.
pallets of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only bought 24 of them, not 55.
Today they were loading trucks next to me. It was just all you see is Gatorade and those soups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what the boys live
Is
on.
that what they
Right.
do? They drink Gatorade.
So that
and
would
soup?
I think
That's why they're not.
yeah.
So wait, are we allowed to do this on Shabbos? Or not?
So I think it would if it's a klishlishi would be fine. Yeah. But I'm saying this it's sad. That's sad.
You take it out of the heater in 1 cup, then pour it in another cup, pour in another cup, and then pour it in.
Yeah.
1 cup pour it, another cup that you poured over.
I'll tell you why.
Oh, the soup.
You
The cup of soup is.
Let's finish the sif.
You were cliche is what it is.
Let's finish the sif.
Then you have a small bag.
Klishlishi mamish.
Then you have a small bag there.
You take it from you take the original pot
Yeah.
in here.
Yeah.
Then but then you can't put because that's idim klisheni.
Yeah.
So then put it in.
What's it? What's it? These are already cliche.
This is a klisheni.
The next one is cliche.
This is klishlishi,
And
and then
Straight into the
then we'll
cup.
put it into the cup. Yeah, then we'll put in the traditional soup.
That's a great.
V'chein kol davar kosher. I'm sorry, I'm saying over this paragraph. Shlons bash shein orel achil k'medei shria adoch b'cham imshar es afilu b'klisheni adich afilu meiri b'klisheni. V'nasa roi chayiv mishum avashel. If just the idim klisheni makes it roi achil doubt, you're chayiv mishum avashel. V'chein kol davar shein mavushel shumalu achar v'vein roi achil k'medei shria adoch b'cham imshar adich b'cham chayiv. Aval muter l'shroisu ladich b'tzoinanin. You're allowed to be madiach with cold. Afilu nasa roya dekach cold of a sheni eichel. Mutal asoyse eichel b'Shabbos kamosh is more b'shimmishin chavdal. I think there's what's the big chiddush what the Alter Rebbe is saying, because there is poskim that hold that there is makabeh patish ba'oichlin. I spoke about it Sunday. The reason I spoke about it Sunday is I wanted to wrap up the sugi. So that's why the Bavram Chaim said that they used to have the soda stream machine.
Yeah.
So there are those that said that it's also to make seltzer and Shabbos. It's also to do the spritz or to put the soda stream because makabeh patish boichlum. But the Alter Rebbe holds it doesn't such thing as makabeh patish boichlum. The Re'akot. Anything that was not oichel and became oichel through tmayim tzonanim, that's not called bishul. So if you think that klishlish is not is called tzoinen, and there's a lot of room to think so. So if you hold kalei bishul, even a kli asidi, okay. So if you think that's it. It's because you think it's hot. Yeah, because you're stuck. But it's more noted to say that no, a klish is hot, a klisheni is hot, and for kalei bishul, even idemically sheni were make machmir. Once a klishlish, we're not machmir. We consider it tzoinen. So then you'd be allowed. There would be no problem with the tradition soup. We'll talk a little more about the tea and the coffee and the tradition soup in Mitzvah next week, because next week we're going to get into afiyah acha bishul, bishul acha afiyah, and all.
I make the tea before Shabbos.
That's the best.
Sense.
Very good.
That was a sifelu.
Okay, we're holding Sif Yud Beis and Mitzvah next week. And continue with Sif Yud
My
Beis.
Zayda used to make. You know what a sifelu is? 40 years ago, you had a little balloon of gas. Huh?
So we're talking about.
But my Zayda used to do it on Shabbos.
So that's what we said. That Bavram Chaim knows it's mutter.
That was his thing.
Yeah.
No, but this wasn't even gas like this. It was big balloons. It was like you couldn't even drink too much in one shot.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was the treatment.
That's good.
They used to 1 hour Shabbos, put in the freezer, put in the
Yeah.
After the challah, he would.
pour never.
It was sitting next to him. It was like his.
Need one for you.
Seltzer is scary. Dangerous seltzer.
Shkoyach for everyone that joined.